What is up guys, Mrwhosetheboss here, and starting today, you're going to become the YouTuber that you want to be. So guys, we're going to start right from the beginning, the idea. So to begin with, you need to decide something that you really love. It can be something that loads of people have done before, it doesn't matter, but don't try and do something just because you think it's popular, or because you think you'll get loads of attention for it. It has to be something that you really love doing. Not only will that mean that it's not a chore to do your videos, but your enthusiasm and passion for the subject will come through, and people who watch your videos will really engage with that. So next up guys, we need to decide on a name. Now this can be tricky, and I have to say it's where a lot of people totally mess up. But once you've actually created your name, it is not the end. You can always change later on, but it's nice to get it right first time, right? So like with most people, your username is not just going to pop into your head in some form of enlightenment. You're going to have to probably search for it. So if you really can't think of one, and that is totally normal, I would actually recommend you use a random name generator. I'll actually link you to one in the video description, and to be honest it's perfectly fine to do that, but a couple of tips. First of all, keep it as short as you possibly can. I know it's kind of difficult to find a unique one under about 8 characters, but if you can, that'll be amazing. Mine is actually on the slightly long side, and if it's shorter, it'll mean people can remember it better. On top of that, try to include as few numbers or symbols as possible, because that just makes you more complicated to remember. So when you're thinking of your username, you need to think of what catches in the mind. So you need to think about the way it sounds. Does it flow nicely? You know, if someone sees it once, will they be able to remember it and search for it again? Can someone recommend you to a friend? Now one thing which does confuse people is it doesn't have to at all relate to what your channel does. You know, a lot of people who do tech reviews, they just stick the word tech in their name. It's totally unnecessary and actually makes your channel seem a little bit generic. While you're at it, you might as well just come up with a logo. And this is totally unnecessary. You don't need to, but I think it's a good thing to have right from the off because it makes another way for people to remember you. Next up is camera and equipment, and this is where things get quite tricky. Everyone is under totally different circumstances, and I know that for some people budget is not an issue at all, and for other people it is everything. You don't have any option or any access to buy anything. I know maybe your parents control that, or maybe you literally are just broke. But if that is the case, do not worry at all. There's always a workaround. For example, when I actually started YouTube, I was filming using my dad's mobile. And while camera equipment does make a lot of difference, you know, you can transform a video like this, made with my mobile phone, shaky camera, bad lighting, into something like this with improved lighting, improved camera, with a tripod for stabilization. A good microphone is one of the first investments you should make. That is going to seriously improve your quality of video. You'd be quite surprised how much difference audio makes. In fact, in some cases it's more than the video itself. If you have bad audio, then people are just instantly going to click off because it's painful to listen to in a way. Another thing which a lot of people overlook is lighting. Now you don't need some fancy pants like Lightbox or studio quality equipment here. I have been using, right from when I was at 2,000 subscribers, 2 desk lamps. Just get a big daylight bulb, stick it on the end, and you are good to go. That's all you need. In fact, that's what I'm actually using right now, there and there. Oh my god, I can't see. Okay, so all this stuff is fantastic. You know, it can make a huge difference to the quality of your video, but it's non-essential. What I actually suggest you do is start with the best video quality you can make at the moment and just keep waiting. So if you have a birthday and you get some money, or if you earn some money from YouTube, you know, start monetizing as soon as you can, then reinvest that into the channel. Any opportunity you get to improve your quality, use it. And don't expect to have the best quality videos right at the start. Nobody does. So then on to editing your videos, and you'll be surprised how much of a difference this can make. Just some very slight tweaks, you know, a trim here or there, can really sharpen up your video and make it much more appealing. And to be honest, you don't even need to spend any money. If you've got a Mac, use iMovie. That's a fantastic tool until you get to sort of a really high level, or if you're very demanding as a user, iMovie should be able to do almost everything you want. If you're on Windows, Windows Movie Maker is fantastic. It's simple, it's easy to use, and it's great for beginners. Another cool thing that you're really going to want to do is edit your thumbnails. Custom thumbnails are 10 times better than normal thumbnails. You know, where YouTube just goes through your video and picks a random moment. You can design something much better than that. On Windows, I would use GIMP. It's free and it's basically as good as Photoshop. I don't see why anyone actually buys Photoshop anymore. On the Mac, the best one that I've tried, and the one I use right now, is something called Pixelmator, and that costs about £15 or $20, and it's really worth it. Every custom thumbnail I've made, again since I was on about 10,000 subscribers, has been through that, and it's paid off. And even if you don't have a computer, ask your family, maybe your brother, your sister, your parents, they might have a computer that you can use. And if not, then maybe even your phone, your iPad, there's plenty of tools you can download even for mobile devices where you can do your editing on. So guys, everything's going well. You've set up your channel, you've got a great username, your videos are the best quality you can produce at the minute, and you're really excited to carry on. But no one's watching them. So what you actually need to do is grow your audience. And this is, quite obviously, the hardest bit on YouTube. But just as an example, there are tons of things you can do. Everything from asking your friends and family to subscribe to give you an initial boost, to things like watching the best YouTubers in their field, because then you kind of learn the titles they use, learn how their thumbnails work, and learn how to record well. So guys, if you're ever stuck and want help growing your YouTube channel, then feel free to just leave a comment below in any of my videos, and I'm sure either myself or one of you awesome people will help you guys out. Thanks once again for watching guys, I'm Mrwhosetheboss, and this is Insanely Cool Tech.